this, and I'm sure you have too. Obviously, the more detail that person keeps, the more records of their business they keep, the better. I think we've both had cases, like you said, with lawn care personnel. And if you own a business like that, keeping good records of a logbook of who your, normal day, monthly clients are, trying to keep like a schedule and things like that, I'm sure could be helpful. What are any other things that someone may be able to keep or produce proactively in their business, that in case they are in an injury, because no one ever knows when they're going to be in a car accident.
Right.
So what's some things that people may be able to do to kind of prepare if they, are in a car accident and they can't work, especially, like I said, if they own their own business?
Yeah, no one plans to get into a car accident. No one plans to be injured. And then recreating one's business records over the course of a year or more after the fact can be nearly impossible. The only thing to do is really just to keep good books on the front end and do everything properly. Okay. File your tax returns. Have an accountant involved, not necessarily a tax preparer, but an accountant. Use programs and the technology available that are super simple, like Quickbooks, or there's several other accounting apps that you can even use on your phone that are very simple. Avoid cash transaction without documentation. If there is cash, make sure you're writing and keeping receipts. And if you're doing things just with good business practices, then it shouldn't be a problem. There's different ways to compile records. There's the old analog way, which is a receipt book and a checkbook with the carbon copies and your bank statements and matching everything up. And there's a much more convenient way, at least when you're dealing with the forensic accounting that might go along with trying to recreate someone's income when you're in that situation. And it's much easier when those transactions are digital.
So just papering your business a little bit more.
Yeah. And I mentioned sometimes we do need to bring in a forensic accountant to be an expert to go through and put someone's books together and testify as to what someone's income might have been over the course of several years, and especially when you have a permanent injury, because now you have to talk about what their income was so that you could extrapolate what it would be, and that's where your economic experts come in.
That actually transitions is what I was going to ask you next.